5 children were inside this house when it burned to the ground. Their parents escaped. The fire ended. The ashes cooled. But no bodies were ever found. This is the story of the Sodder Children Disappearance. It was Christmas Eve in Fayetteville, West Virginia. George and Jennie Sodder were at home with their 10 children. The family was large, close-knit, and well-known in the community. That night, 5 of the children went upstairs to sleep. Morris, Martha, Louie, Jennie, Betty. The house was quiet. Nothing suggested it would be the last night the family would ever be together. Just after midnight, Jennie Sodder was awakened by the sound of something hitting the roof. Minutes later, the house was on fire. George and Jennie managed to get 4 of their children out through a window. But the staircase leading upstairs, where the other 5 children slept, was already engulfed. George tried to reach them. The ladder that normally leaned against the house was gone. He attempted to drive his truck closer to the home to climb up, but the engine wouldn't start. Within an hour, the house collapsed into ashes. 5 children were never seen again. At first, officials told the Sodders the children had perished in the fire. But when the ashes were searched, something didn't add up. No bones were found. No skull fragments. No teeth. Fire experts later stated that even intense house fires do not completely destroy human remains. Yet investigators concluded that children had died and closed the case quickly. The Sodders refused to accept it. As the family looked closer, troubling details emerged. The ladder that vanished that night was later found down an embankment. The Sodders' phone line had been cut. A witness reported seeing someone throwing burning objects onto the roof. Another claimed to see the children being taken in a car while the house burned. Days later, Jennie Sodder found a strange object in the yard, possibly an incendiary device. These weren't accidents. They were signs of interference. George Sodder had been outspoken about his political views. He was openly critical of Benito Mussolini, which had earned him threats from members of the local Italian community. One man had warned George that his house would be destroyed and his children harmed. At the time, this was dismissed. After the fire, it no longer seemed like an empty threat. The Sodders never stopped looking. They reported sightings across multiple states. Years later, Jennie received a photograph of a man she believed could be her missing son, Louie. The family built a billboard along a major highway displaying the children's faces. It stayed up for decades. It spent their lives searching for answers, for proof, for their children. Several theories remain: that the children died in the fire but against all forensic expectations, that they were abducted as part of a targeted act of revenge, that they were moved, raised elsewhere, and never reunited with their family. None have been proven. But the absence of remains continues to haunt this case. This story endures because of what was never found. Not bodies, not answers. It's not closure. George and Jennie Sodder died without knowing what happened to their children. And to this day, the case remains officially unresolved. Some fires burn out. Others never truly end, Maurice. Martha, Louie, Jennie, Betty, 5 children who vanished and were never forgotten. Thank you for watching Legends and Crimes. If you believe these stories deserve to be told with care and respect, consider subscribing. And until next time, stay curious and stay safe.